Hi, this is Let's Talk Football with Abu
and Andrew.
and today we are going to talk about where Ghana football is. From long time up till today, Ghana has been one of the powerhouses in African football. We've tried, we've won African Cups, but it had been very, very difficult to qualify to the World Cup through the years until under the leadership of Kwesi Nyantakyi, who came and organized things and did well, and then we qualified for the 2006 World Cup in Germany, qualified for the 2010 World Cup in South Africa, and also 2014 World Cup in Brazil. But then things were going well until 2018, the number 12 hit, which was the Anas expose.
Yeah, that was a big blow for us because I played under the leadership of Mr. Nyantakyi, and it was a great feeling at that time. Everything was very well organized from the youth course to the premiership level. Everything was okay until this time. So I really feel bad about what happened to him, and we shouldn't put away what he has done already, although he has done something bad. But I think if we should reconsider his this, because he did a lot of good work also for us during his term in office. So we should also try to consider that one also, and then we hope that the new president will continue with that same good work he did.
Yes, I think that's a good thing, and because with Mr. Kurt Okrako, who's the new FA president, he has also come up with a lot of good stuff. Set up committees for the referees, for the football associations, he's gotten sponsorship deals. I saw that they were sending balls and stuff and beeps to clubs for their training in football leagues, which is good. And so we just hope that things will get better. As now we have a new Black Stars, and we have a new Black Star coach in the person of CK O'Connor. He's also bringing together his boys. We played a few matches. We played against Mali. We lost, unfortunately, but we did well against Qatar. And so hopefully we can take it from there in our next African qualifiers.
Yeah. Okay, so you've been talking about Kurt that he's doing very good,
yes,
or you think he's going to do good.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, so if I may ask you, what really makes you think he's gonna do good in our football? What really makes you think he's gonna promote our football to the highest standard that we've seen before?
Okay, for one, I know that he's looked up to Nyantakyi as one of the best leaders we've had in football. He took a lot of things from him. He's been in football for long. Even when Nyantakyi was president, he was under the FA committees, some of the committees, and he also had his team. So he's been an administrator for long. And also, from what I've seen, like he's set up some committees to tackle so many problems. Like example is just about the referees. I know I played here before, and I know what went on with referees. You go to a game and you are under the home team, and that's the disadvantage to the away team that you are playing, because you serve him, you do everything. But right now he's trying to make it that the referees association has to be on their own, so they don't have to depend on any team, so they can take any decision they want, and they don't have to feel that they are not going to give us money and that. And also made some sponsorship deals for teams, like he's giving footballs to teams, he's giving beeps to teams, and even just past the COVID time, he's able to raise some money for the various teams. The women's teams, he had some money for them. He also had money for our local players. So for now, that's what I look at, and I think he's going to do well for Ghana football.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's not bad. But do you really think that's going to stop our referees from taking bribe? Because we all know, I have also played in Ghana here. Yeah. I know referees decide on games.
Yes.
Now you are saying he has a committee that is going to take care of the referees. They are going to be on their own, right? Yes. So do you think that aspect of referees deciding matches is going to stop?
I don't think it's going to stop. And it's not only in Ghana. It doesn't have to do with only Ghana. It's all over the world. It's a natural thing. People don't have to take bribes to favor other teams. People don't have to take bribes. I've watched Premier League matches. At a point, the referee just falls down because his team is losing. It doesn't have to, like, naturally people choose teams. If you bring a neutral referee to stand here and watch games, he might just like a color and decide, or he might like some name on a team, and he just choose to do for the team. So it has nothing to do with the bribery and stuff. But I know that with all what he's doing, and he's also set up some disciplinary things. If you take bribe and they get you, you're out. And they are trying to put in like some retirement bonuses and stuff for the referees. So people are going to know that, okay, if I go and take 100 cities and I get caught, I'm going to lose my retirement and stuff. So with all that, people it's going to wake them up, say, okay, do I take the 100 cities and go out, or do I just leave it and be fair? So we can't stop the whole bribery and stuff, but it will be reduced. And I think he's going to do a good job.
Okay, and then if I want to really go back,
Yeah.
before you made mention that he was part of Nantes' management before.
He was a committee of he had a team.
So how well did he manage at that time? If he has managed it well, do you think that expose would have come?
No, he wasn't Nyantechi.
Okay, but he was part of his team.
Yeah, he was just a member of the committee. He had a team, Dream FC. So and you know the GFA FA committees come from teams. You have to own a team before you can be part of the ESCO. So he was just a member of the ESCO. So being a member of the ESCO doesn't give you any power to know what the FA president and his people are doing. He could have fought, but that wouldn't have taken us so much. I know, like even what he has done, like even his team, the players that he has, like their transfer, getting away, and their international transfer certificate and stuff. He's done really well. So for now, that's what I'm looking up to. But he's human. Because even the great Nyantechi who took us to all the World Cups, things came out that we never expected that would come out. So we just hope that he goes well, and then we see what happens. But for now, I think it's going to be good. Listen, what do you think about Nyantechi's time even to now to Ket?
For Nantechi, I have experienced a little bit.
Yeah.
For Ket, I can't say anything much about him. But what I know was Nantechi was trying to develop the football from the grassroots. I think that is where we are getting our players mostly.
Yeah.
From the grassroots, being the coach, the first division, second division, the third division. But as it stands now, if you ask where is the coast, I can't say anything much about it because I haven't even seen. I live near a coast park.
I know.
And I haven't even heard of any coast play. So I don't know what he has for the coast division.
It's in the process. Yeah, there's a committee that is set for the cause. They want to bring it back.
Oh.
Because old players like Abidi Pele and all our senior players, that is what they talked about. Because Pele said that's where he came from. He came from the coast. Most of our senior players came from the coast. So that's what the Old Players Association, that's what they are pushing on. So they set up some committees that are going to come up with something for the coast. I think it's in the pipeline. So on that side, I think we just have to still wait and see. It's been there a year and maybe a few months now, so we still have some time to see, just wait and see what's going to happen.
We have a national team of which we don't even know how they select the players, how they are taking our players also.
Yeah.
We have good players back home. It's unfortunate they haven't gotten any contract in Europe to play.
Yes.
But it doesn't mean they are not good.
Yes.
And they are not getting the call up.
Yeah, but the thing is that, honestly, with the selection of players, today, if you go, I don't know, maybe the last few months, but just before, if you went and watched a Premier League match, you'll be very, very discouraged. I went and saw some games, and I was asking my friends, is this Division 2 or Division 3?
But it doesn't mean you will not get even one that is not good.
No, we've chosen one. The guys, they've chosen some. Our last friend that they played, we had 3 or 4 local players.
Started.
Yeah, not started. They were invited to the national team. They were in camp. But what happened is that our coach had to travel abroad to go look at other players. And this is one of the reasons why he had to drop some like somebody like Wakaso. He dropped Wakaso. He dropped. He didn't invite. That our number 5. He plays in France now. I forgot his name. That one was kissing the money and became a problem. So he had to drop people to invite some local players. The local players that he got, they traveled from here with the coach and the technician to Turkey to meet all the professionals before the professionals came. So they selected some few guys here, and I think he's going around because the assistant coach David Duncan is the one that goes around watching the leagues and selecting players from our local league. So
Do you really think they are selecting from the performance, or they are selecting due to those who have good management to pay? Because this is what we've all known since from the under 17. It has been the same thing. During my year, the under 20 team, I know someone who paid, his auntie paid for him.
Yes.
Paid almost 120,000.
No, but
before he had the call up.
Yes.
But he's a good player. He played all the matches.
But
so if the auntie hadn't paid,
yeah,
he wouldn't be in that group.
Yes.
And he wouldn't have played to be a good player.
Yeah.
So it means with or without the money, there are good players here.
I understand that, but the thing is that to be able to have good players, even to see the good players inside, then you have a league.
Okay.
Right now, we don't have a league. We don't have a league now. So, who do you see to say you can't just be someone say pay me 120 and go play national team? No, you have to have a league, and that's what he's trying to revive.
I think there is no league, but the names are already there.
No, you
people
don't,
who play.
No,
because their management are calling every time.
You don't select by names. You select by the performance.
No, but it happens here, Mr. Adam. It happens. There is a point that I can tell you, if this coach will be frank to come out, he will tell you how many calls he's receiving from managers calling him. I have
the
good player here.
To come.
Yeah.
And the
so
calls will come.
The calls will not come alone.
No. The calls will come. Just tell you.
It will not come alone.
The calls will come. But you should know who the coach is.
He himself went through that system. So what is the assurance he's going to change it?
Like what system did he go through?
Paying system.
I don't think he went through the paying system.
I'm telling you.
Because
during that time, it was the same thing. It has been the same thing.
I played with him.
You played with him, okay, but you don't know what happened behind.
No.
Because like the guy I told you, his auntie paid. If he hadn't told me, I wouldn't have known that his auntie paid.
I know. Sometimes it doesn't have to be your auntie. It has to be like playing for Accra football, playing for Kotoko, and I'm playing for RTU. There's no way they're going to need players from Kotoko and Haas and come and take me. And it's not that I'm not good. I went through that. At the point I was leading.
Had you had someone stand by you with money pushing, do you think you have gone through or not?
No, I would have gone through.
So,
but the thing is that for me, just getting the opportunity to go to the national team doesn't guarantee that I'm going to succeed. And for me, not getting the chance to go to the national team doesn't guarantee that I'm going to fail.
Okay. You being there and you not playing is the bad thing. If you are there, it means you are good and you have to play.
Andrew, they call 23, 24 players, and only 11 can play at a time.
Okay.
So when you are in camp, there are players that you know that they are going to be playing that you don't even know. Sometimes you come for the selection. Even on our local teams, when we train with our teams, on Friday when they are going to select the players for camp, you don't know who they are going to select.
No, you don't have that one. You don't have to talk about it because I have experienced this too much.
But that's what I'm telling you.
Someone came back to tell me they didn't eat my sign-on fee, so they are never going to call me for camp.
Andrew, I'm just telling you, this is what it is. You go to camp and you have 20 players. They are going to select 16 for the match. So there's no guarantee that everybody is going to get to play.
But there are some people, you yourself know this one, whether rain or shine, he's going to come. He's going to play.
Maybe if you are training, like on the training ground, you see somebody say, oh, this guy should play now, like you see. I know what you are talking about. Sometimes you look at somebody and say, oh, I think I should play and this guy will sit down. But the guy is playing. It could just be like his luck. It could be something else.
No, don't talk about the luck, only the luck aspect. Something else. What is that something else?
Maybe it's not that his time. And I know things that happen. I know things. It's not only in Ghana football. It's everywhere. Let's say like national teams, a lot of things go on.
Do you know that I was taken to Kotoko camp?
You.
And what I was told at that time that in our local language they say Nimfisusa.
Okay, your ribs are small because they will break it.
This is what they told.
So you need to build it.
How to build it? We see in Europe they are feeding these young boys in their national teams. They are not thinking about whether he's matured or not. They know he can play and they just feed him.
Yeah,
but we don't have that system. They just look at you and they look down upon you.
No, Andrew.
That is first thing they do. Second thing is if you have a good manager who can pay.
Yeah.
This is what they do always.
But the boys that you see in Europe that they feed them, they don't just bring them from the 15 to a national team. They go on the 15, they go down the 17, they play on the 20, and they say, oh, now this guy can play in the national team. That's how you progress. That's how it.
Do we go it by step that way? In here, we don't do that.
No, unless somebody has they tell us that, hey, these guys, they can do this. Like in 1991 when Odate and those guys won the World Cup. They won it. That was Gago's time. They won the World Cup under 17. Then the next year was the Senegal 92 African Cup of Nations. Gago was part of it. That was short defense. Oh, this guy. Isaac Asari was part of it. Odate was part of it. So they chose the boys who did well, and I think Yapre or someone was part of it. So they just came from the 17 straight to a national team. They didn't have to wait for them to go through the 28 to 23 and stuff.
So since then, have you seen something like that happen?
With all that we've done, like with the skill and you have to pay and stuff, it all happened. But we also have situations where we had people that came on their skill and then played in the national team. And now with Kurt coming up and forming committees and stuff, I think it's going to be a good thing that we can build on the next thing. Or so what do you think?
For me,
What are the things that we think that we could?
For me, I think it just has to be honest and then sincere with everybody. And then the people working under him also.
Yeah.
Those people are the first people that he has to really, really be checking on them.
Okay.
And then again, after checking on them, if he goes back deep down to our roots, giving everybody equal rights, equal chances.
Yeah.
Being a player, once the person is a player, he deserves to have the right to play.
Okay.
Show his skills, show what he has.
All
Being
right.
fair, with or without money. Because we've always known that Ghanaians have good players, good and better players, provided they are given the chance.
Okay.
Because mostly in our leagues before, I think people go and then they don't get even feature in a friendly match. And then some of them, because they are not strong in the mind, they go down.
Yeah.
And then others also look down upon them because they don't have anybody to support them. So if he's coming to be fair to everybody, give everybody the chance to play, I think we can start from there at least. Something better will come out from there. But the main thing is to check his people under him.
Okay. Yeah, that's okay. That's good. And I think he knows what he's gonna do. Like it's been the system, he knows what goes around and everything. But also even right now it's not only. I don't think it's left to the GFA to take decisions. But we also have the Professional Football Association and we also have Old Footballers Association who have retired and stuff. And I think with the Professional Football Association, I think Tony Bafo is doing very well with that because he's part of the FA and then he takes care of our own players. He makes sure that they are being taken care of. And what I also think that is going to help us is the fact that all these players that we are talking about that they went through this thing, they had to pay and they had to do this and they had to drop them because they hadn't paid and stuff. Some of them are getting to be in the team or to be in the committee, to be in the FA.
Yeah.
So going through that and you are now in a position, I think they know what it is. So they are the people that we expect also to come out and try to help.
I think that's one of the things I'm really happy with because keeping the old players as part of his bodies,
yeah.
I think they can help him to make a good decision. If he is to listen to them, they went through a system that wasn't good.
Yeah.
They've played in Europe.
Yeah.
So I think with the little knowledge they have, if they should share it with him, and then him putting it into process, I think it will help.
Yeah. So all those things are what I said. Looking at Ked, I think he's going to do a good job, but he's going to need our support as well. He's going to need our support. We can't just leave it for him. We can criticize sometimes, but also need our support, and we need to come out. I know that there are old players, I know Sami Tuga, and the guys are all like that. They are part of it, and he's bringing in most of the old players into the thing. So I think that is that's a good thing. And so for now, that is where we are, and then we're going to look at what we can take into the future again.
So once again, we are excited, and we are hoping our league is going to start very soon. We hope, things being put in place, I hope all the committees are going to work very hard towards the decisions that have been taken about our leagues and all those things with the referees committees, with the youth games, with the under 20, with the national team, with the national team. We're just excited to see a new league under Crete. Let's see what he's going to do. Let's support him and let's hope for the best.
So guys, like, subscribe, and let's talk football.